Sí. ¿Qué es lo que estaba diciendo este señor antes, porfa?
Bueno, de situaciones, nosotros una reunión con una día de 2.900 aquí en Budapest, en Hungría, es una gran acción de contra de política. Entonces este es un resumen de nuestras reuniones.
¿Pero en contra de qué política? ¿En contra de la política capitalista, de la política comunista o cualquier tipo de política?
Sí, ese es de contra de excomunistas.
¿Y por qué?
De nuestros países. Entonces, por ejemplo, es un tiempo muy mal y también de gente generalmente muy disatisfecha con la situación en este tiempo.
Que están disatia y donde han este mínimo están pasando malas circunstancias, están pasando malos momentos económicos, ¿no?
Ahora está bien. Ahora está bien.
Ya.
Durante más o menos 9 años nosotros tenemos un
gobierno, sí.
de gobierno urbano es trabajando bien, gente tiene mucho más dinero y de social aspectos es muchos más mejor.
Vale.
Y también de gente vista una posibilidad con futuro también.
Ya. ¿Y qué tipo de política hacen? ¿Es una política de izquierda o de derechas ahora?
No, esa es una de contra liberales.
Neoliberales, ¿no?
Sí, contra neoliberales.
Ok.
Esa es una política de conservativas.
Vale, entonces te pregunto una cosa. Lógicamente estáis en contra del comunismo, de los excomunistas,
Sí, claro.
pero también tampoco os gusta el neoliberalismo. Entonces, pero sois de izquierda, pero no extrema izquierda, ¿o como?
Esa es una situación posibilidad de no izquierda y no derecha.
Vale.
Es
¿Socialismo?
Igual balance. Pero,
¿Socialismo de centro, un centro?
Sí,
una política de centro, ¿no?
pero liberal también. ¿En qué país es posible frente al Parlamento con una reunión nosotros? ¿En qué país? Hoy. Y nunca país de...
En mi país, en España, ahora está habiendo muchos movimientos sociales contra el neoliberalismo, y desde hace unos años salió un partido nuevo de político que se llama Podemos, y en mi ayuntamiento, no en Madrid, no enfrente del Parlamento español, pero sí en el ayuntamiento de Cádiz, la gente estamos haciendo reuniones como las vuestras y la gente expresa sus opiniones políticas. Y ahora mismo lo están haciendo, y está habiendo muchos movimientos sociales, por ejemplo, de defensa de los derechos humanos, como por ejemplo el respeto, más respeto hacia la mujer, más igualdad entre la mujer y el hombre, pero sinceramente yo no estoy a favor del capitalismo, claro. El neoliberalismo está destruyendo.
Well, we have a certain capitalism here, but we are not at all satisfied with the neoliberal way of thinking. And we don't want to go this way. We would like to have a competitive country with people where they can create their own life, and they are not guided by certain rules what you have to say and what you can say. So for this reason, the Hungarian people feel very much in a kind of a democracy in what we are living. The only thing that the Western powers are totally misunderstand on purpose, and they're giving from our situation here constantly fake news. Fake news over fake news.
Yeah, it happened in Spain all the time. Fake news. And nobody know the reality. What is happening in my country? I don't know here, but in my country, nobody know the reality.
No, everybody knows here the reality. That's why we be able to sit around here in front of the parliament without any kind of insults or whatever.
Okay, but a question.
Try to do this in Berlin or try to do this in Paris. They will take you away immediately.
Yeah, but I asking you anything. Your idea, your politics idea are the same of the government. The government that the politician that is governing in this city have the same ideas of you or different? I asking you, I don't know.
Very simple. We have elected this government 4 times with an absolute majority of 70%.
Yeah, but my question is, the majority of people voting to the government, the new government.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, but my question is, the idea that is debating here are the same idea that the government, the actual government now, or are different?
No, it's not different.
It's the same.
It's the same.
So for this reason, maybe the government let your talking here. Maybe somebody talking. Maybe it's another group coming here with a different.
They can come out as well, and they do it.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's brilliant. Yeah.
So they are actually giving the possibility to have the same thing, not for a couple of hours, for weeks.
It's brilliant. Yes.
So this is the total misunderstanding about what's happening outside and what kind of information people get about our country and about our happenings here. So I have to state it, and I have to be very adamant about it, that we have the real possibility to say what we want.
Okay.
Also the oppositions.
It's brilliant.
And there is no differentiation.
Okay, it's brilliant. And the last thing, because I don't know too much about Hungarian story, so could you tell me anything about what happened here in the revolution? Also, why people is against to as communists? What happened here with communists? I don't know. I have no idea.
Controlled by a dictatorial system, and during 45 years we have been controlled by a dictatorial system, and nobody could have done what he wants to do.
Okay, so do you think that the problem with communists was people didn't have liberty, freedom, was no freedom? Okay, but the social life was okay. People have. I asking you. People used to have houses, doctor, the public medicine, the health was
the public
nice.
in large could not have private assets. Everything was state-owned. Even I'm going further with this. If anybody had a private home, it was taken away by the system, and it went into state ownership.
Okay, so everything was public, no?
Yes.
And I asking you was living in this period, no?
Yes.
The health system and the education system public was good or not? I asking you.
Well, under these circumstances, it was excellent, because we, as a small nation, we provided during this period of time, statistically, not by us, by international means, institution, the biggest turnout of diplomatic persons. But this does not mean that, these diplomats or these people who have been highly educated, they have understood the issue itself in what they are living.
Okay.
This is a different cup of tea.
But was a good, but yes or not, was a good education?
It was a good education, generally speaking. Now we have, to that system, I would say, a different education, and it has to be reorganized because our history has been many times changed and absolutely hidden in certain secrecy. During the dictatorial times, we could not express ourselves, or we could not say anything about who we actually are.
So I think the problem of the communism was people didn't feel freedom, no? Didn't feel free. I think that the communists.
During the communist period, in comparison to other communist countries, we have been very much advanced, if you want to see it like this. Okay. But still, we had communism. We had here in Hungary around 25,000 Russian soldiers who have been, of course, guarding their system and our country and their political beliefs.
A question. Only hello. The last question.
Yes.
If in the communist period, if anybody expressing ideas against the communist government, what the government knew, if the government knew that a person was expressing what happened?
No, he was severely punished.
But going to the prison, punishment, losing the job, okay,
or going even into prison.
Yes, for all life or for a period of time.
Well, it depends. I mean, some people went for a couple of months, some people went for years.
Okay.
So people being interrogated in a very inhumane way, and of course this has nothing to do with freedom. You cannot express your opinion. You have to sign a paper which you have not even said.
Okay. Could you tell me in a short time what happened in 1956 here? Do you remember what was your experience? What was your experience?
We've been actually crushed by the Soviet army.
Yeah.
And the Soviet army has come to Hungary to occupy the country.
Okay.
And by doing so, they had a very large army to be able to do that. We could not even match up to 10% to that.
Okay.
And this is the reason, I mean, not to mention the fact that the Western allies, they have done this in agreement with them. Or the Western allies has given they go ahead as well. So the West has not helped us, whereby we asked them to help, but nothing actually happened. So they had the most easiest job to occupy Hungary, Czech Republic, other countries, around in middle of Europe.
In the end, the revolution was, I don't know about Hungary story.
Here on this square, you see this, hundreds of people died.
Yes.
Because they fought against the Russian occupation.
Oh my goodness.
Yes. And they've been shot from on top of this building. They've been placed the guns over there.
And here,
and when people
here, no?
Here as well.
It is the whole area stay that before, or the whole are the same?
Yes, everything is the same.
Oh my God.
These buildings have been more or less 150 years old.
Okay.
Yes.
And the whole from guns are original, no?
Yes, original. And when people came to the parliament to protest, they've been shooting people.
So the soldier
Children, women, men, everybody.
And soldier was on the top of the balcony, no?
Yes.
And people knew that Soviet was on the...
They didn't know, of course. Otherwise, they would not come to the place.
So the Sovietics knew that the citizen was going to come here for a revolution, no?
Yes.
They knew, no?
And of course, the Russian had
spies?
No, certain spies.
Okay.
And certain people, Hungarian people, who have been paid by them, who have been their adversaries, you know.
Okay, so
they made all the preparation as well. When people are coming here, then we have to do something about it, to make a prime example and make something which keeps the people in certain guidance, in certain conditions.
Future, no? Condition, or uncertain
yes.
future.
Yes.
Yes, it's brilliant, honestly. It's nice, the conversation. I don't know if the revolution, how long?
Well,
it is the period of time, how long? 1 year, months, days?
It lasted only a couple of weeks.
A couple of weeks.
A couple of weeks, and you know, against a power like the Russian military, we cannot
very strong, no?
fight. Okay. Of course, many people have fled the country. So one statistics are given. There are about 100,000 people have fled the country. About 30,000 people have died during the revolution, and the whole city was bombed and in a total desolated state.
But when was bombed? In the Second War, no? Or
No,
in the revolution?
This was bombed by the Germans as well.
Yeah, but you're talking about in the revolution in 1956, no?
1956. Yeah.
They Soviet bombed the city, no?
Yes, and prior to this, the Germans.
Okay.
Because we have not given the Germans the free hand to take out around 700,000 or 800,000 Jewish people.
German people, no?
Yes.
How many?
Between 700,000 and 800,000.
And you was here or no? You was not born yet, no? Well, it was a long time ago, but in the revolution you was here in this square when the revolution in 1956.
Well, it was in the whole city. It was in the whole city.
And in which part of the city you were?
I was in that time with my parents because I was 5 years old.
Okay, so and your father and your mother was here? Do you remember?
Well, my father, he is an engineer and he has worked in the national radio, and the fighting started at the radio station, and he was taking part in the fightings in the radio station. So we had to fled as well from the country because he was looked after already. So people been looking for him. So we had to disappear very quickly.
And which country your family and you were?
Well, we went first to Germany.
In the capitalism part or in the capitalist?
Yes, in West Germany, Germany, of course, because East Germany was also occupied by the Russians.
It's very interesting, honestly. Yes, it's interesting. So yes. Another thing, I have seen too many old Trump.
Yes.
The old Trump are the same when communist was here. For example, this Trump that is coming are the same.
Absolutely, yes, absolutely.
Oh, okay,
yes,
okay.
Yes. They are from this period still.
Yes.
Yes. They're still running.
Yes, still running. Honestly, not all in Soviet time was bad.
No.
There is something good.
This is a production of the labor force here in Hungary. They produced them here. We produced Icarus, which is a good brand for buses, and we produced also trams, you know.
Okay. The buses, electric buses, no?
Yeah.
Are brilliant,
Yes.
are brilliant.
For instance, we had the first underground in Europe. in before London.
Ah, okay.
It's the shortest one, but the first one.
Communist done, no? Communist done or
No,
no?
this was 100 years before.
Okay.
More than 100 years before.
Okay. Communists left the city in the same time that left Germany, or before or after?
Well, they after the change, the political change in 1989, only 1.5, 2 years passed away, and they left the country.
Okay, so before that in
because
Germany,
we
no?
put a lot of pressure on them.
Okay.
Yes, so they had to leave because the people became very annoyed.
Yeah. Do you before they left? Did you feel that the communists was losing the power, or?
Well, there was a general feeling, of course, because Russia itself was starting to totally fall apart.
Okay.
And of course, there was a feeling that a total different wind is passing through Russia. This is very clearly, but we used the possibility and we said, and our Prime Minister today, Mr. Orban, was a young man in that time, 19 years, and he made a speech, and he has also mentioned that they should go home and they should leave our country, and we would like to make a sovereign country for ourselves. But today I must say that we have a post-communism in Europe by having a dictatorial policy in Brussels.
Where?
In Brussels, in Brussels, in the European Union.
Okay. Yes. I was thinking about asking about Europe.
Yes.
So, do you think? So, what is your opinion about Brussels?
Well,
how managing?
Unfortunately, I cannot tell you good things about that.
Yes.
Because even so, when people step into the European Union as a joint country who wants to make a large society and create a lot of things and be advantageous and have a certain future with European nations who have based human culture on our planet. I thought this is a very good idea, but today we have a total different administration. People over there who are there, they are neoliberal,
Yes, I agree with you.
and they are using certain methods where this has nothing to do anymore with democracy. Really not. And every country, even so it belongs to the European Union, has to be able to determine his own sovereignty and also their own national belief and their own traditions, and a national state has to be absolute paramount to anything else.
Yeah, then they have to protect the custom of people.
Yes.
For example, for me, Europe have to be together.
Yes.
But in another way. Because, for example, I am from Spain. However, I am living in United Kingdom. Why? Because people from East-West, people from poorest countries are going to work into Spain. It's fine, it's okay, but they have to protect to me, because they know that people are working to my city, but they have to know that the people of my city living, because they international companies or national companies are looking for
Multinationals.
they are looking for workers that working for less money. you know. So if worker from East West working for less money than me, what happened with me? So, you know, living in the city.
This is partly the reason why they have brought in hundreds of thousands of illegal migrants. This is the reason, because they are the cheapest people who be able to use it as a workforce. You cannot use educated workforce because they are expensive. You can use it, but you have to pay for it. And they will not agree on undemocratic terms. You know, this is something which has to be seen clearly. And I think with this, Europe is facing a total destruction. And I must say that Germany and France in particular has done a fundamental paramount mistake. Particularly Germany with the Willkommenspolitik. Everybody can come, no matter who he is, no matter how many passports he has, no matter whether his identity is partly maybe connected to terrorist organizations. So, you know, we have to be able also to protect ourselves. Otherwise, we're going to be in a total mess. And in this respect, Hungary is not taking part. Hungary belongs to the Schengen system itself. We have made the wall on the southern part, and by doing that, we have been protecting as well the Schengen countries. And we're getting the biggest criticism from our own people, not to mention the financing. This government has financed everything from the first to the last penny. Nothing we have received until now from Brussels.
I know.
Nothing. And it cost a huge amount of money, and we have given certain request to Brussels that we have done this because we belong in a community and we have protected you as well, not just ourselves.
So from where is going the money that too many countries apport giving? For example, my country now giving money for poorest country, and United Kingdom, for example, France. Then so where is going now the money? Because
the money
must go here, no?
No. The money is not coming here.
But must go, no? I asked.
The money goes.
But I said I know that it's not coming here, but should go. Should come here. No?
Should.
Or should go to come to Poland, or I don't know.
To any country who needs the money for it, of course.
And so where is going the money? I'm asking you.
Well, in my understanding, money is going for a European army. To create a European army, which again only these people have the certain organization for it to say, yes, we would like to do this, and nobody has a saying in it. So it's not going to be on equal terms again. It's going to be decided by few people in Brussels. And the people in Europe have to pay for it. So I'm asking you, what is this?
Yes, it's dangerous because it's neoliberal. They are doing neoliberal politics. And for example, in Spain now, the government want to the pension now in Spain are public, but then the government want to change. Want to put private education, want to put private pension, want to put everything private.
Because the bank is empty. The system is empty. They cannot pay any money for the social welfare anymore. So they're creating private, interest, and this private interest is used by private people with a lot of money. They can pay for it, but the general public cannot.
Yeah, I agree with you. So thank you so much. Okay, it
Okay.
has been lovely talking with you.